Can you hear the difference between the words Jane and chain, age and aids, waj and was, pleasure and pleasure? Can you say these words accurately? Do you know how to say these words on the screen? Can you say the sentence, "The large judge was just joking," accurately, like this? The sound we are going to work on today is the j sound, as in jump, just, generous, bridge, and individual. And we will also compare the j sound to the ch, the z, and the j sounds, because these 5 sounds are easily confused by Vietnamese people. There are 5 typical errors that Vietnamese people make with the j sound when speaking English. First, some people say a soft z or z sound when they should say the j sound. So they will say zam or zum instead of jump, and fridz or frizz instead of fridge. Second problem is that some people say a long j sound when they should say an explosive j sound at the end of words. So they will say huge instead of huge, and beige instead of badge. The third problem is that the j sound can have unusual spelling in English, and some people don't know that they should say a j sound when they see words with these unusual spellings of j. So some Vietnamese people will say education instead of education, and ed instead of edge. Also, in English, the letter G can be pronounced both as a g and a j sound. And many people don't know why we say g in rag, but we say j in rage. Fourth problem is that some Vietnamese people cannot vibrate their throats strong enough, and as a result, they will say an unvoiced ch sound when they should say a vibrated j sound. So they will say chin instead of gin, and cherry instead of jerry. Finally, the fifth problem is very often Vietnamese people simply forget to say the j sound at the end of words and before consonants. So they will say messy instead of message, and lar instead of large, and K instead of cage. This error is a very serious problem and makes Vietnamese English almost impossible to understand for people who are not familiar with it. In this video, we will learn how to say the j sound well and how to distinguish it from the z, the z, the j, and the ch sounds. We will examine how we typically spell words with the j sound. We will practice saying words and sentences with the j sound, and we will test your newly acquired skills. So let's correct these mistakes and start speaking accurate English. Are you with me? Let's go! The English j sound is probably the most challenging sound for Vietnamese people because it requires a quite complicated tongue position, vibration in your throat, and correct timing. But don't despair. You can master it quickly if you follow my advice. To make the j sound, you need to do 4 things. First, round your lips and push them slightly forward, and position your tongue as if you were trying to say the sh or the j sounds. Use your finger to mimic the sh gesture to help you find the correct lip and tongue position easier. Second, without changing the shape of the back of your tongue, push its tip up to the roof of your mouth, as if you were trying to say the d sound, but still don't say anything yet. You should feel your tongue all around the roof of your mouth, completely blocking your airway. Third, start vibrating your throat as if you were trying to say the D sound and push some air out of your lungs to build up pressure behind your tongue. Your tongue will stop the air, like. Fourth, quickly release your tongue and make the J sound. Releasing the pressure behind your tongue will feel like a small explosion. J, J, J. The J sound is voiced, so there should be a strong vibration in your throat. Turn on your vocal cords and make the sound quite strong. J, J. The lip and the tongue position of the J sound are exactly the same as that of the Ch sound. The only difference is that the Ch sound is not vibrated. It's an unvoiced sound, while the J is vibrated. It's a voiced sound. If you need practice with the Ch sound, just click on the link popping up on the screen to go to that lesson now. Here are some words with the J sound. Juice, joy, jump, magic, suggest, education, schedule, huge, bridge, large, judge. Pause this video and practice saying these words with the correct J sound. Remember the gesture around your lips and make the sound strong. J, J. Use a mirror, if necessary, to check your lip position. If you hear yourself making a Z sound instead of the J sound, then round your lips more. J. If you hear yourself making the J sound, especially at the end of words, then push the tip of your tongue up more to block the airway. The difference between the J and the J sound is that you can say the J long, J, while you cannot say the J long because of the small explosions. J, J, J. If you hear yourself making the Ch sound, then add more vibration in your throat. Vietnamese people usually find it a challenge to make the J an explosive sound and add the necessary level of vibration. So your throat might get tired easily. Don't worry. This happens to a lot of people. Just rest a little and then try again. J, J, J. If you can make the correct J sound only at the beginning or at the end of a word, then try using the hook and hack technique to master saying the J sound in both positions. You can go to the video explaining this technique by clicking on the link above, and then practice with the following word pairs. Huge, joy, huge joy. Bridge, jump, bridge jump. Large, juice, large juice.
Hi guys, my name is Chao and I am an academic coordinator at Sonus. And I would like to quickly explain to you in Vietnamese how to say the J sound accurately. Are we ready? Here we go. Âm J trong tiếng Anh có lẽ là âm khó nhất đối với người Việt Nam vì vị trí lưỡi phức tạp, độ rung trong cổ họng và thời gian tạo âm chính xác. Nhưng đừng vội nản chí vì bạn có thể thuần thục âm này theo chỉ dẫn của Châu. Để tạo âm J gồm 4 bước. 1. Môi hình tròn và đẩy về phía trước. vị trí lưỡi giống với âm sh hoặc r. Cử chỉ sẽ giúp vị trí lưỡi và môi chính xác hơn. 2. Giữ nguyên vị trí đuôi lưỡi, đẩy đầu lưỡi chạm lên vòng miệng trên như bạn đang nói âm nhưng khoan đọc gì cả. Toàn bộ lưỡi của bạn sẽ che kín vòng miệng trên và cản đường hơi ra ngoài. 3. Rung cổ họng giống như khi bạn chuẩn bị nói âm và đẩy hơi ra từ phổi để tạo áp lực từ phía sau lưỡi. Lưỡi của bạn sẽ chặn luồng hơi. 4. Thả nhanh lưỡi ra và nói âm j. Bạn sẽ cảm nhận một tiếng nổ nhỏ khi thả phần áp lực từ phía sau lưỡi. J, j, j. Âm j là âm rung nên cổ họng bạn sẽ rung rất mạnh. Sử dụng dây thanh quản và tạo một âm rung mạnh. J, j. Vị trí lưỡi của âm j và âm ch hoàn toàn giống nhau. Điểm khác biệt duy nhất là âm ch không rung, trong khi âm j rung. J, j. Nếu cần luyện tập với âm ch, bạn hãy nhấn vào link trên màn hình và đi đến bài học video về âm này. Một số từ với âm j: juice, joy, jump, magic, suggest, education, schedule, huge, bridge, lodge, judge. Dừng video và tập đọc từ với âm j chính xác. Nhớ cử chỉ môi hình tròn và rung mạnh. J, j. Dùng gương để kiểm tra vị trí môi nếu cần. Nếu bạn nói âm z thay vì âm j thì hãy làm môi tròn hơn. J, j. Nếu bạn nói âm j, nhất là khi nó đứng ở cuối từ, thì hãy đẩy đầu lưỡi của bạn lên trên hơn để chặn đường hơi ra ngoài. Điểm khác nhau giữa j và j là bạn có thể nói âm j dài, trong khi không thể nói âm j dài vì có phần nổi nhỏ. J, 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 j. Nếu bạn nói âm ch thì hãy rung cổ họng nhiều hơn. Người Việt Nam thường gặp khó khăn khi nói âm j, nhất là phần rung vì cổ họng bạn sẽ rất mệt. Đừng lo, nhiều người gặp vấn đề này. Nghỉ một chút và tiếp tục tập. J, j, j. Nếu bạn nói âm j ở đầu một từ đúng thì hãy sử dụng thủ thuật nối và cắt để đọc âm j chính xác ở cả hai vị trí. Bạn có thể xem video giải thích về thủ thuật này bằng cách nhấn link trên và tập đọc các cặp từ sau. Huge, joy, huge joy. Bridge, jump, bridge jump. Lodge, juice, lodge juice. Dừng video tại đây. Alright guys, I hope this translation was helpful. Now, let's continue our video by looking at the spelling rules and then practicing the j sound so that you can speak English like me.
Let's look at the typical ways how we spell the j sound. The letter J is always pronounced as j, such as in jump, jeans, just, and juice. The letter G, or a double G, plus an E, or an I, or a Y, is pronounced as J, such as in generous, manager, huge, gin, magic, gym, suggest, exaggerate. The DGE is always pronounced as J, such as in edge, fridge, bridge, or judge. The DU after a vowel and not at the beginning of words is usually pronounced as J, such as in education, schedule, procedure, graduation, individual. As a side note, here are the rules of when we pronounce the letter G as a G sound. The letter G, or a double G, at the end of words without a silent E, such as in big, fog, dog, or egg. The letter G followed by an A, or an O, or a U, or a consonant is pronounced as G, such as in garden, go, guard, great, glow. The double G plus the suffixes est, er, ies, ed, and ing is pronounced as G, such as in biggest, bigger, doggies, begged, begging. The reason we double up the G in these words in the spelling is actually to show that the original word ends in a G without a silent E, so the final sound is a G. Some irregular words with the G sound are get and forget. The J, the Ch, the Z, the Z, and the J sounds are often confused by Vietnamese people. So let's look at some minimal pairs with these sounds. Watch and listen to me saying these minimal pairs and focus on seeing the difference in the lip positions, rounded for J, J, and wide for Z and Z. Hearing the difference in length, short explosions for the J, while the Z can be long, and feeling the difference in the vibration. The J sound is vibrated while the Ch is not vibrated. Age, H, A's, AIDS. Waj, watch, was, wads. Jane, chain, Zane. Jew, chew, zoo. Jest, chest, zest. Barge, bars, bards. Budge, buzz, buds. Here are some minimal pairs for the explosive J and the slightly longer J sound. Pleasure, pleasure. Legion, legion. Asian, Asian. Ledger, leisure. Pause this video and practice saying these minimal pairs and focus on saying the J sound accurately. Use a mirror, if necessary, to check your different lip positions. And put your finger on your throat to feel the vibration. Pause now. The first practice activity will make your tongue stronger and more controlled by giving it a little workout. Pause this video and practice switching between the J and the Z sounds, then the J and the Ch sounds, and finally between the J and the J sounds. Do it slowly first. J, Z, J, Z, then J, Ch, J, Ch, and finally J, 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 J. Then try to make the changes faster and faster if you can, like j, z, j, z, or j, ch, j, ch, or j, 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 j. Remember, round your lips and pull your tongue back slightly for the j sound and the ch sound. And focus on the small explosions of the j and the ch sounds. And vibrate your throat for the j, the z, and the j sounds. You can do this exercise anywhere, even sitting on your motorbike in a traffic jam and practicing j, z, j, z, j, z, or j, ch, j, ch, or j, 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 j. Pause now. Second activity, we will test your ability to hear and distinguish between the j, the z, the ch, and the j sounds in words. You will hear 4 words, and you will have to make 4 decisions. We start at 1. After hearing each word, you will have to make a decision. Turn left or turn right, based on what sound you hear in each word. If you hear the j sound, you have to turn to the left. And if you hear the z, the ch, or the j sound, you have to turn to the right. After 4 words, we will arrive to a city. Your job is to correctly guess the name of the city where we have arrived. Let's do an example with the sound pairs j and ch. J is on the left and ch is on the right. Joke, joke. We're going to the left. Ridge, ridge. We're going to the left. Jeep, jeep. We're going to the left. Batch, batch. We're going to the right. And we are in Los Angeles. By the way, can you hear the j sound in Los Angeles? Let's do 2 rounds with the j and the z sounds. J is to the left and z is to the right. In the first set of words, I will say each word twice, and you can see the word pairs on the screen. Are you ready? Age, age. Budge, budge. Bards, bards. Fudge, fudge. Where are we? Write the name of the city in the comments. In the second set of words, I will say each word only once, but you can still see the word pairs on the screen. Ready? Barge, buds, wudge, fuds. Where are we? Let's do 2 rounds with the j and the j sounds. J is to the left and j is to the right. In the first set of words, I will say each word twice. Are you ready? Legion, legion. Asian, Asian. Pleasure, pleasure. Ledger, ledger. Where are we? In the second set of words, I will say each word only once. Are you ready? Leisure, ledger. Agent, legion. Where are we? To finish this game, Let's do 2 rounds with the j and the ch sounds. J is to the left and ch is to the right. Ready? Choose, choose. Jest, jest. Chain, chain. Jew, Jew. Where are we? Here is the second set of words. Are you ready? Chew, watch, Jane, Jews. Where are we? Write the name of the cities in the comments. This third activity will improve and test your ability to distinguish between the j, the z, and the ch sounds in sentences. You will see a sentence on the screen where one or more words has 2 options. You will hear the sentence and your job is to choose which word or words were used. Number 1. The options are Jane and chain. Where's my little chain? Where's my little chain? Number 2. The options are jest and chest. There was a lot of pain in his jest. There was a lot of pain in his jest. Number 3. The options are budge and buzz. I asked him to call, but he didn't budge. I asked him to call, but he didn't budge. Number 4. The options are barge and bards. The bards made a terrible noise. The bards made a terrible noise. Number 5. Here you have to catch 2 words and the options are age, H, AIDS, and A's. She writes the H like this because of her age. She writes the H like this because of her age. Which words were said? Write them in a comment. The fourth and final activity will improve your ability to say the j sound accurately in sentences. Look at the sentences, listen to me saying them, and then pause the video after each sentence and practice. Focus on saying the sentences accurately and slowly first. Only say a sentence faster if you can say it accurately at a lower speed. Zayn suggested the huge watch, but Jane chose the magic chain. Zayn suggested the huge watch, but Jane chose the magic chain. Zayn suggested the huge watch, but Jane chose the magic chain. Pause now. The legions of the Asian legions were no joke. The legions of the Asian legions were no joke. The legions of the Asian legions were no joke. Pause now. Don't budge now. Just drive this cheap Jeep over the ridge to rich. Don't budge now. Just drive this cheap Jeep over the ridge to rich. Don't budge now. Just drive this cheap Jeep over the ridge to rich. Pause now. Judge George usually bars the bards from the barge. Judge George usually bars the bards from the barge. Judge George usually bars the bards from the barge. Pause now. That's all, folks. But before you close this video, just one more thing. I know this has been quite a long lesson, and I'd like to give you 2 cool gifts as a reward for watching the video all the way through. The first gift is a free copy of the Sonus English Pronunciation Practice Booklet with over 30 pages of practice words, sentences, spelling rules, useful diagrams, and audio files, all designed and collected specifically for Vietnamese learners of English. To get it, simply click on Download Practice Booklet, subscribe to our newsletter, and we will send you a free copy right away. The second gift is that you can have your English pronunciation evaluated by one of our experts for free. To get this freebie, please click on Free Pronunciation Assessment and follow the instructions on the screen. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you don't like it, share it with your enemies. Enjoy your day and see you in the next Sonus American English pronunciation training video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.